Velites, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Are all in all the saviors, the protectors, the unifiers, the messiahs, the kings of kings, the most loud. Assimi Guita, Abdurrahman Ishiani and our two generals, and Captain Ibrahim Traore left the Gentlemen Club and formed their own alliance. We saw that they showed us their own flag and now they have released their own anthem. And Captain Ibrahim Traore gave us a volcanic message. This one is a bombshell, and Ecowas is in trouble. Ecowas is burning. According to Captain Ibrahim Traore, we are never poor as we are made to believe. We are rich, and we have to all understand this and come together and fight. All that we need as Africans is unity, and that is the reason to which these people are doing everything possible never to allow us to unite. But we can do it. That we have to fight this war and make sure we win this war so that the generations that will come wouldn't go through what we are going through today. That it takes us alone to set ourselves free. That everybody comes into the continent with their interests at heart. And they milk us. That it's not only the Sahelians that are rich, the whole continent is rich, but we are living in poverty because these people use our natural resources to benefit themselves. So it is our collective effort that will set us free and make us get the better Africa that we are looking for. That this is a time that we all have to come together and work together. Wherever we are, we have to sacrifice in every little way that we can to make this fight a success.
Bonjour.
Good morning, comrades.
Nous sommes donc au dernier mois du semestre.
We are in the last month of the first semester of 2025. I hope we can use this month to reflect on the prospects of the second semester and see what has worked in our administrations and what has not. As you can see, this morning we came to raise the flag with the Confederation's flag. This is yet another step we are taking in our union. This is not without difficulty, because unity is hard, especially in Africa. It is difficult to unite, but this is the solution. We need to unite. Little by little, the AES continues on its path, despite all the difficulties and challenges ahead of us. If I were naive, I would ask myself the question, why do imperialists not want this union? But I am not naive. I know why. It is the same question that those who still tend to sleep must ask themselves. Why do they not want us to unite? Why does the Confederation frighten or harm some? Because we are approached every day by these imperialists to lead one of the three to betray the other. We have been confronted with this for a long time. Every time, it is these kinds of maneuvers that lead you to leave the Confederation. It must lead us to reflect. And when we look at our relations, there is no friendship, in fact. In the world, there are only interests. People only come to us for their interests. We must be well aware of this. We will continue to fight, but we will come out victorious and strong. We must not take these situations that we are living in and feel sorry for ourselves. On the contrary, it must strengthen us. We must come out of this war very strong, understand why we are being assaulted, forge ourselves, and ensure that in the centuries to come, we do not experience this kind of situation. This is what we must have in mind. I invite everyone to redouble their efforts. Burkina Faso is known as a very brave, hardworking, and resilient country. We must work to improve these values. Wherever you go in Africa or anywhere else in the world, you will find Burkina Faso. And it is these values that identify Burkina Faso. So we must do everything to be integral men, as the name of the country says, to be brave, resilient people, full of dedication. Redouble our efforts in everything we do for the happiness of Burkina Faso, but also for the happiness of our confederation. This is very important. Once we have reached a certain level, you will understand even better why we are fighting. Because our country is rich. Rich in its human values, rich in its moral values, but above all, rich in its subsoil. And it is these riches that are coveted. But these riches must benefit Burkina Faso. Nothing has started yet in terms of the exploitation of natural resources and the retribution at the level of the masses. We can change the face of our country. We can leave the situation of underdevelopment and find ourselves very quickly in an emerging country. It is enough to work. Everyone has to get involved. As much as the fighters sacrifice themselves at the front, we must also sacrifice ourselves in the administration. We must be able to work beyond what we are used to doing to push our capacities further. Because as I said, we have to go very fast. And it is by going fast that we can surprise those who seek to divide us, those who seek to keep us in our situation of poverty. Burkina is not poor, I repeat. We are very rich, and this is our major problem. It is for this wealth that we do not want to be able to know that we are rich and to be able to exploit our wealth. And beyond Burkina, the whole Sahel is rich, immensely rich, and I know you all know that. The Sahel will never be poor. We will continue on our good path, continue to build the Sahel, to be strong and resilient, to make the Sahel a place of total security, to be able to exploit the resources conveniently, and that it can benefit our people.
That we cannot continue this path with the old story. We are not to be defeated, and we can't be defeated on our own soil when we have everything. Even though the narrative has been twisted, we are the ones that can change this narrative. We have to do everything possible to fight this war. This is the unity these leaders, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, are calling for, that the democratic elected, because they've sold themselves, do not want to understand. Look at what William Ruto did by inviting somebody, an outsider, to come and preach to Africans about unity, as if we don't know what we can do to bring the unity that we want. We already know what we should do. But it's just that these leaders do not want to stop selling us, selling the continent to enrich themselves. Must we be sitting here in this 21st century going through all these things? Must you, the leaders, continue to be puppets to these people, all in the name of what you are making, when others are fighting for all of us? And it is we that can set ourselves free. Not any amount of speech will give us the freedom that we want. As they are pausing at every stage to reflect on our journey, how far we have come, and the things that we need to be doing, others are holding on to the democratic elected, which is not giving us anything, yet they are forcing everybody to hold on to it. We are rich. We are never poor, like the way they made us to believe. If we are poor, why are they not leaving us alone? Why are they always in our continent? Even when we are sacking them, they are not willing to go, ready to wage war against us, ready to take everything in our continent forcefully. They have devised several means of taking every knowledge that we have that can develop the continent, because we are made to believe this is hell. So when we get the scholarships, we are so excited because we are leaving hell to heaven, and we see at the end of the day what we are turned into when we finally get there. And after they have finished using us, they then dump us back to the hell that you were running away from. So it is you and I that can truly fight to change this narrative. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Burkina Faso.